And it snowed last night. Look at that. What do you think, Cora? Oh, I see.
Hey everyone. Had a nice, slow, quiet start to the video. And this is going to be one of the more lengthy sets, so I would grab a snack or a warm beverage of your choice and cozy up. Because that's all anybody can do anymore. It's kind of funny. I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk about for this voiceover just now. I was sitting here with my finger on the record button, like, but what am I going to say? And it's funny, I was like bursting with words when I was creating this spread here. But like between then and now, it just all kind of dried up. Which I think is probably going to be a good thing in the long run because I was going a little nuts. Basically, what's going on with me is, everybody knows about the coronavirus and that it's like spreading rapidly and it's a pandemic and tons of people are, getting sick and not being able to get tested, and it spreads like wildfire. And to, people who have weaker immune systems, like the elderly or pregnant women or people with pre-existing conditions, it can be super dangerous. And that is kind of the boat that I'm in. I personally am not immunocompromised, but my little brother Matthew is, because he has ulcerative colitis. And so my family is having to take this really, really seriously. And I mean, everybody should. You should. You know this. But, wash your hands. Be careful. Stay at home whenever you can. And if you go out, don't, spend extended periods of time talking or being in contact with other people. Just kind of for the safety of everybody. And for me, it's about the safety of my brother, who doesn't look like somebody who it would be dangerous for him to get sick, but it would. Especially since, supplies and America, the president, and everything that is being handled the way that it is right now. Anyways, aside from that, or rather related to it, I am no longer at my school at all for the rest of the semester, which is crazy. They, finally sent the announcement out, what is it? Almost 2 weeks ago now. Like the 13th or something. It was a Friday. Oh yeah, it was Friday the 13th. There we go. That was when they announced that it was going to be canceled, but I had already decided before that if they didn't cancel it, I would cancel myself and go home and stay home because I don't want to risk getting my family sick, and if I had to get quarantined, I'd rather get quarantined at home with the people I love than at school with the various things that, come along with school. So, I now have been home for 2 weeks. Right now it's Wednesday, the 25th, and I've been here since not last Friday, but the Friday before that. And because my professors needed some time to get stuff together and understand how they were going to teach the rest of the semester online, we had another week off. Because the week that I was back was the week after spring break. So we had spring break 1 week, and then school was canceled, and then they gave us another week off before online school started. So it's been a little weird. I'm really sick of being at home all the time. Which, I mean, small price to pay, but it's, taxing. And basically this whole setup, see, I circled back to what's happening on the screen. This whole setup is kind of me trying to figure out, okay, clearly just kind of wafting about the house and feeling weird isn't getting me anywhere, professionally or educationally or emotionally. So it was time to figure out what I did need. And it's kind of cool because I usually go into these setups having already kind of figured out what is going to be a part of it, what's going to be on the page. I don't know what it's going to look like necessarily, but I know that I'm going to have a calendar or a list calendar and a header and maybe one drawing or whatever. But this time I was okay, I really, really don't even know where my head is at. So instead of starting from the idea of I already knew what I would need for this month, I would use this spread to figure out what I would need for this month. So I literally just kind of started writing in that top left corner there. I'm turning the notebook around so much I can't even read it anymore, but basically things that I kind of needed to look at in my life right now to kind of get myself into a better sense of routine and, feeling good in all these different areas of my life, socially and emotionally and physically and, whatever. You get it. So a couple things that jumped out to me as I was writing it were creating a morning routine, because I find that, being, quarantined at home, actually, funny story, they just issued the shelter-in-place order for the state of Minnesota, which that's where I live, by the way. They just issued it officially today, so starting tomorrow, everybody has to stay home. My dad is tracking down leads to find stuff, food and junk, because all the stores are cleaned out as we speak, or as I speak. Probably you're watching this at a different time, but where was I going? Oh yeah, so since I came home, getting up in the mornings has been weird and different, because I'll usually get up and wash my face, brush my teeth, brush my hair, throw on some clothes and come downstairs, and then I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with myself, so I'll just like sit there, and it's nice because my family is at home and I love them and it's fun to spend time with them. But then I'll just like sit around on the couch and in the kitchen and whatever and be with them all morning, and then by the time it gets to be like noon, and like that's when, for my younger siblings, my mom has said like media time starts, so that's when they can watch TV and stuff. At that point, I am so peopled out that I have to go like nap and whatever. Or not nap, but just like, decompress, have some introvert time. And that's the time that I'd rather be spending with them. So, like one of the things that I did in making this morning routine was like figure out a way for me to have a morning that would like, build me up and make me like feel good, and like I did things that I wanted to do, and made the most of my time here at home, because that is like a valuable thing that I'm getting out of this, is that I'm getting a lot of time with my family. So it's not bad to be here, it's just different. So I made this whole little list, you'll see in a second, I haven't started it yet, of like the things that I would do step by step. One thing that I want to do in the morning is like spend some time knitting and watching TV instead of, for instance, watching TV and playing on my phone. It doesn't seem like a big difference, but to me it feels a lot better. Like I feel better. I don't know. It also helps because I like to get my anxiety out through my hands. So that's part of my routine. Also, I've been getting rid of a ton of stuff because I had to move my whole sticker making setup back home again, and while I was making stickers over winter break, I kind of took over this like large area of a room upstairs that, for like various reasons, I can't take over again, which is fair. But now I need to set it all up in my room, and when I got back here with all my stuff from college, I was completely overwhelmed by the amount of things that I own. So I got rid of like a few bags of clothes to donate and books that I didn't think I would ever reread, and it felt so good. And I got rid of this like rolling drawer thing that was broken and was full of stuff I didn't use anymore. I literally just like pushed it out of my room because it's kind of small in here. It's nice. I'm lucky to live in a nice house with my family, but I'm trying to figure out how to make it work for me. So because of that, I like switched the whole way that my bed is around. If you saw in the video at the beginning, it's like up against this weird wall space, and it does make it hard to get into the room, but it also means that I have a ton more floor space, which makes me feel like less claustrophobic, and also gives me a space to have like a writing desk, which will hopefully arrive like on Friday, and will help me continue to have space, like have a dedicated workspace to do the things that I want to do, like, plan in my journal and work on my book and draw and hopefully make a couple more videos if I really have nothing else to do during the month. You can actually let me know. I was going to, and I did film a video of how I did my sticker shop out of my dorm room, but I'm not there anymore, and I'm not doing it, so I don't know if I actually want to take the time and effort and cut it all together into a video to upload. But if you want it, if you really want to see it, I can. I just want to make sure that it'd be worth it to do, because, you know, basically nobody's running anything out of their dorm rooms right now because everybody's shut down. Yeah, so leave me a comment and let me know if you're interested in that, you know, or not. Just be honest with me. Be like, hey, I don't care. Or it'll make me sad because I got kicked out of my school. Also, like, just feel free to, you know, let me know how you're doing with this whole pandemic situation. I'd be especially interested to know if you or somebody you're close with is like immunocompromised and what they're doing to protect themselves against the coronavirus. I guess I think that, not I think that, I am worried that people aren't like taking it seriously enough. Like, I'm just worried about how many people are still going out and like not treating it like it's a big deal, because it's not going to hurt or kill them probably because they're like young and healthy, but you know, that's not the case for everybody. So, I mean, or if you're just, you know, chilling at home and you're bored and whatever you're doing to entertain yourself, I could use some suggestions. Right now, or did I write it on the other page? I think, like, my goals, I guess, I wrote, and those are going to keep me busy, but I'm also like looking for things to do that will keep me entertained and from going crazy. So if you have any suggestions for things that are either for like groups of people, like me and my family, or just individual things, I want to read books, but I have recently like made a lifestyle change where I'm trying to not buy books before I read them. I'm trying to like read things for the first time in the library and then read them myself. But the library is closed, so I'm doing ebooks for now. But like I said, I was overwhelmed by how much stuff I had, so I'm trying to like stop buying books. But if you have any suggestions, I think I'm gonna go on a Kindle bender at some point this month. So, got any books you read recently that are amazing? Please let me know. I would love to read them. Yeah. What else? Or TV shows, I guess. I'm almost done with Detective Conan, which is, I think, officially the like longest running anime ever, which I didn't know when I started it, but now almost 900 episodes later, I'm like 30 episodes away from being caught up. So I will soon need something else to watch. What else is going on in my life? Online school, that's fun. I was supposed to, well, I'm in college to become a teacher, an elementary teacher, and I was supposed to go and teach in these science and math lessons. Not teach in them, teach them. Teach these science and math lessons for 5th grade for like 2 weeks. I was going to have 2 weeks of practicum. And now my teachers are having us just write the lesson plans and do the year-long outlines and submit those and just not teach them, which is hilarious because we're co-writing them in a group as if we're still going to teach them, but we're not. I'm doing this one about this like Sphero robot thing where it's like a robot that teaches you how to code because you have to put together different commands to get it to like move around. So we're doing something like that. It's Sphero Golf. So the kids build a golf course out of like construction paper, and the little Sphero robots have to like navigate it to get into the golf hole. So I actually did not work on that at all today. Hopefully my group members didn't notice that I wasn't on the Google Doc, but I really wanted to get this video completed in enough time for it to still be like interesting and valuable before the month starts. It's kind of weird that we being people who like make journal planner videos on YouTube, like we always have to put them up several days before the month starts so that, you know, it's like useful to watchers who are like, oh, that's a good idea, I want to use that for my setup too, so they still have time to like do things. But it's super weird for me because I make this thing, I made even this morning routine and my list of like goals for this month and due dates I set for myself to do those goals, and then I take a step back from it and I'm like, wow, it's still March. What do I do for the next like week? Hopefully the same things, but I just haven't had a lot of like energy to do stuff lately because I'm lethargic from sitting at home all the time. My dog though is super happy about it. She's so cute, and I've been taking her for walks in like different places. I mean, I guess I have to stop doing that now since there's the shelter in place thing. We can only walk around our neighborhood. But I was like driving her out to a like, you know, different suburb near us where there's a lot of like paths that people walk around, and it's obviously like deserted because of coronavirus. So I would take her out there and she just loves it. She, you know, her little tongue is hanging out and she like runs and runs and runs and like just loves to pull on the leash until she like can't even like, you know, it's adorable. And she hasn't choked yet, so hopefully she's fine. But we'll say like, Cora, go for a ride, go for a walk, and she gets so excited. It's so cute. And back when my sister Rebecca and I were moving our stuff back from our respective colleges, we would like, you know, we had to like get in the car and leave, and she was so sad. She clearly thought that we were going back to college, but the joke is on her because we're never going anywhere ever again, and she's gonna love it. She's been crawling up into my bed in the mornings to take a nap. She usually sleeps in her crate in my parents' room, but now in the morning she'll come and scratch on my door until either I let her in or she manages to open it herself by like catching the lever as she scratches. And then she'll come in and like hop up on the foot of my bed, and I'll like curl up my legs real tight, and then she will nap and I will like finish sleeping until my alarm goes off. It's great. It's so cute. I think I'm just gonna try to like notice more good things like that. Like, I mean, the closest I've ever been to a time like this was when I had my back surgery. And that wasn't a great time, but this time I'm like healthy and not in pain. So it's kind of weird. Like, most people have never had a time like this where we're just here at home all the time. And I'm gonna, like, just try to see the good things about it, I guess. Um, you know, what else can you do at this point? Yeah, it's a little surreal. Get it? Did you see what I wrote there? Anyways. Um, yeah, I mean, that's about all I have for you today. Oh, music. Recommend me music too, please. I'm I've really played out my favorite songs. Oh, and I will do a short little plug. You should go check out my Etsy sticker shop, because I'm still continuing to send my hand-designed art stickers for bullet journal or planner. And as you can see, I have a clear paper version of some of them, and I'm really, really excited to release those. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's Hello Rachel the First on Etsy, and Instagram while I'm at it. Check it out. That's where I'll be, online all the time. So I'll be around. Yeah. I hope that this time isn't too tough for you, and that you know, have some silver linings to it, I guess. Love you. Happy April.